Good evening. I'm still reporting on the coup. Right now, please like, share, and subscribe in the description box below. The shock story of yesterday was the demand by Republican Chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Mike Turner, for President Biden to declassify portions of something he called a new Russian anti-satellite capability that could eventually threaten the civil and military infrastructure of the United States. However, the White House military spokesman, Admiral Kirby, clarified the alarmist account by Mike Turner by saying, "We're not talking about a weapon that can be used to attack humans or cause physical destruction." So, just what is this weapon, and why did Chairman Turner try to frighten the nation? From what I can gather, the so-called revelation is merely an EMP, or electromagnetic pulse weapon. An EMP weapon won't hurt people or buildings, but it will fry all non-protected electronics, and that's a significant threat. An EMP can be a relatively small-sized nuclear weapon that is designed to detonate hundreds of miles above the intended target. A few years ago, a study was done on the effects of the explosion of such a weapon in a relatively low Earth orbit. One weapon would fry the electronics of about 1/2 of the United States in seconds. According to the study, the results of knocking out our electronics would be profound. Within 1 year, widespread starvation of the nation, with a death toll of about 90% of the U.S. population. However, if such a weapon were used on the United States, I can assure you that a major portion of the American Minuteman ICBM fleet would be launched at the nation that started it, and the results to that nation would be even more devastating. So why wouldn't they go after that missile field first? Because I know for a fact that those Minuteman nuclear delivery systems were the first active weapons systems in the U.S. arsenal that were fully protected against an EMP attack. Bottom line, all of this is pure hype. Russia is not going to attack the U.S. with one of these because the result would be literally sending humanity back to the Stone Age. So what are these people trying to do by hyping this weapon? It's very, very clear. They are trying to make you afraid of Russia in order to push through this Ukraine funding bill. Over the past 2 years, the U.S. has spent $75.4 billion on Ukraine. That's more than 10% of what we spend on our own military. Where did it all go? Shockingly, no one knows. There has been no accountability for most of that money. Could it be that the new mantra of the Obama-Biden regime has been in operation for many years, 10% for the big guy? Would it be hard to peel off, let's say, an extra $1 billion to use as a slush fund or persuasion fund for certain Republican politicians to secure their support for Biden policies at key turning points? Last week, the U.S. Senate passed an emergency spending bill for Ukraine. This time, the new ask is an additional $60 billion for Ukraine alone. Is there any accountability built in this time? We don't know, but consider this. Most people know that the rightful president will return to office 11 months from now. Could it be that the 5 Republicans who voted for more Ukraine funding this time around may have known that this will be their last shot to grab this much dirty money at one time? Pretty tempting if you have been on the take in the past. If so, then this would be their last chance to dig their hands into the American cookie jar before the trumpet returns to kick butt and take names. And there will be more of this daily and coming. Today, Putin's primary political opponent suddenly died of poisoning in prison. Today was also a disastrous news day for the desperados, with the total collapse of the Fani Willis case. Her arrogant in-court behavior yesterday shocked the nation to the point where her legal team apparently told her to deploy her cloak of invisibility at least until Monday, if not forever. So what did they do? They brought up Fani's dad, Did you know that he was a Black Panther?
My eyes are very bad, which is one of the reasons I retired, and so I need a magnifying glass, so I'll be constantly. Thank you.
It's such a joke. I saw some people actually falling for this act. I had to ask, do you know who this guy is? According to multiple sources, including the New York Times, New York Post, and even History.com, they say John C. Floyd III, Fannie's dad, was the founder of the Los Angeles Black Panthers who dated Angela Davis. The Angela Davis. FBI most wanted list, Angela Davis, wanted for kidnapping and murder, involved in a literal insurrection, the armed takeover over a California courthouse.
And then there was a decision in a Manhattan court to fine President Trump with a $355 million fine. For what? What was the offense? Who got swindled? No one. And this will be the ever-increasing drumbeat for the next 11 months. Will we even have an election? This is a real security consideration. It's not just paranoia. Will we have an inauguration? Will we have a country free from domination by the Chi-Carm army who has been flooding across the southern border by then? I'm still reporting from just outside the citadel of world freedom. Good day.